Walking with a limp, I got this stick, they think I'm grandpa. My shooters on standby, my shooters on standby. Every time they see us, point their gun and they say hands high. My shooters on standby, my shooters on standby. Walking with a limp, I got this stick, they think I'm grandpa.
Mr. Big Productions. Starting out like, what is this shit? Like, what the fuck is going on? What's about to happen right now? Wait a minute. Oh, I'm in the fucking club.
Cold hard, huh? You cold? And you freeze for these cold cuts. So how you feel getting warmed up? It's like you freeze for these cold cuts. So how you feel getting warmed up? Got the antifreeze for you cold cuts. Say how you feel getting warmed up. Got the antifreeze for you cold cuts. Say how you feel getting warmed up. You phonies is fried bologna, huh? Say you phonies is fried bologna, huh? Say you phonies is fried bologna, huh? Say you phonies is fried bologna, huh? Got the antifreeze for you cold cuts. Say how you feel getting warmed up. The antifreeze for you cold cuts. Say how you feel getting warmed up. You phonies is fried bologna, son. Say you phonies is fried bologna, son. So you phonies is fried bologna, son. Say you phonies is fried bologna, son. The antifreeze for you cold cuts. Say how you feel getting warmed up. Got the antifreeze for you cold cuts. Say how you feel getting warmed up. Got the antifreeze for you cold cuts. Say how you feel getting warmed up. Got the antifreeze for your cold cuts. Say how you feel getting froze up. You phonies is fried bologna, son. You phonies is fried bologna, son. You phonies is fried bologna, son. Put them on a pan and let it sizzle. You phonies is fried bologna, son. You phonies is fried bologna, son. You phonies is fried bologna, son. Put them on the pan and let them sizzle.
Yeah, man, I was waiting for the bell. I saw a lot of that shit. They're fire. That's all that.
All those that shit was fire, bro.
Say antifreeze for you cold cuts. Say how you feel getting warmed up. Got antifreeze for you cold cuts. Say how you feel getting warmed up.
Alright, my name is Mike Banks. People know me as Mr. Banks, Mr. Banks Productions, and that's me.
Peace. I'm Ulysses Banks, also known as the Red Poet. Some of y'all heard my poetry, you know what I mean? Also in the neighborhood, Brother Merk, you already know. Peace.
Yeah. So me and the brother was building, we was talking, talking a little bit about a topic I think that's very important right now, and that is like our generation, like what's going on with our generation. And I'm talking specifically to the millennials. That generation, I say, ranging from the 20s, mid-20s to mid to late 40s. Mid to late 30s. The millennials. That generation that are like the generation of the grandchildren of the civil rights movement, the integrated generation. How come we can't understand in 2016 the concept of oppression that's currently going on in our black community? With cops killing unarmed, innocent, people of color. Not just black people, Latinos too. There's been that in the news, just not talking about that as much. Right. So that's why I say people of color. It's this thing when I, interact with a lot of people from my generation, I come to that wall where they always bring up the fact that, hey, we come this far. Remember when we grew up, Dr. King spoke the message of peace, and look at us, we're able to drink from the same water fountain now because of Dr. King. Shouldn't we be grateful? And yes, we should be grateful. Like Dr. King, I believe, paved the way for men like my brother and I to sit here in front of you to even have this conversation freely and with pride. Not just saying he was the only one. There was many more, like Marcus Garvey. There was Malcolm X. My point is that we believe now in 2016 we have to realize that the racism that's going on is more systematic. It's more, I believe, it's more systematic to the point where it's in every aspect of, our black community, our education system, our laws, our local laws, and everything. I believe there's a lot of setbacks still in our community. But I want to speak to our generation. Let's get back to that, the millennials, who find it very difficult, to understand.
I just say it's a whole systematic thing. Like it was planned to fall in that manner. And this generation gotta realize that everything was planned, so you gotta plan to revert everything that was set up for you. And you have to look at yourself in a better light, And what's making it hard for this generation, to my opinion, is literally what they're being taught from a young age. You feel me? You can't expect a 20-year-old today to even understand the concept of oppression when none of his favorite rappers or athletes is oppressed. They seem like they living good. Everybody around them is living good, so they just fighting for that live good. Not even realize when you act like you rich, that's because you oppressed. If you wasn't oppressed, you wouldn't be trying to act like you rich. You be thinking about wealth. You know what I mean? Your brain will expand to another level. So it's the mentality of this generation right now. I mean, to tell you the truth, you see a lot of change though. There is a lot of change. There is a lot of, cause with all the movements going on, there's young people running those movements. And why it's so important that the millennials get it is because every time something grew up, it grew out of the generation that was in their 20s. They teens and their 20s. So this year, it's important for them to catch it and do something with it. Like Martin Luther King was in his 20s. Malcolm X. You can name them. You know what I mean? So if the people of this generation see people saying like, "Yo, what's up? Y'all gotta do something," because y'all at that prime age to do something. So it's important for us to pinpoint this generation, and with all of the new fads, I think it's playing the worst role, man. And it's this whole not having the wrong definition of a man is playing even a worse role on the mentality of the youngins, man. I think that needs to be fixed as soon as possible. Because if we can't produce men, then we can't produce a nation. Why? Because we have no protectors of the women and the children. You have to understand everything deals with a system. So that's why if you want to do something to a group of people, you make it systematically. You make a system to get at it. You know what I mean? So we got to recreate our own system by our own definitions, by our own creed, our own constitution, our own. We really got to sit down and have that, and then implant that into the community to where families are being raised by their own system. Meaning, what is our definition of a man? What is the role of a man? What is the definition of a woman? What is the role of a woman? And what these two have to do for the children, because the children, let me say something. When you have a kid, you gotta redefine what that means. What you're doing is you're producing the future. Look at your kid as the future, you in the future. If you don't view them as a future, then you're not gonna plan for it, because you're just thinking about the right now. Oh, right now, if they got some J's on their feet, right now, if they got this, if they got that, they good. Nah. How they good down the line? They the future. So by the time they in their 20s and their 30s, now I mean, mentally, they messed up because they was never looked at and treated as if they were the future of your people, of your nation. You know what I mean? So this generation need to, like, you know, we need to recreate our own system of morals and principles that we stand by, and enforce it. That's what enforcement is for, to enforce the rules and laws of the nation, right? So then you have your own nation, right? And you get your rules, your regulations, and you enforce it. Not like the police and them is doing it, you feel what I'm saying? But you get you a group of brothers and a group of women, and y'all say, listen, this is what we stand by, and we ain't turning our back on this, point blank, period. You feel me? So when my kids hang around your kids, they hang around kids that stand by the same systematic system that we put forth, not somebody else put forth.
Systematic system. Nah, I know what you meant though.
But pardon myself, man. My language ain't where it's supposed to be, but it's where it's at.
It's where it should be.
Sustained from my hand, I howl at the moon. I stand with the sun. Oh, from dusk till dawn. From dusk till dawn. Let me do it and try one more time. I can do it better. I can do it better. I was just practicing. I can do it better. I came from the land, sustained from my hand. I howl at the moon. I stand with the sun. From dusk till dawn. From dusk till dawn. You recorded that?
Yeah.
You had the first one going still though.
Yeah, I recorded both of them. I'll delete the first one now.
Now you don't gotta delete it. It's a couple. You may be able to use it.
I'll mute it.
Alright. So mute the second one too. Let me try it again.
Alright, so you want to do the third time?
Yeah. See, that's why I take a long time to listen and get ready, because I don't want to be here. At least I could bang out, you know, one by one. You got this in there, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Just don't put it on Facebook. Put it on our website.
Not yet. Yeah, we don't be on the website.
Because my mother see that, she's gonna be all.
Ready?
Yeah. Thank you. I came from the land, sustained from my hand. I howl at the moon. I stand in the sun. From I didn't even have to sing that hard. I was like, it sounded. Listen to it.
So I'm gonna throw the other ones in there.
Yeah, but just listen to this one by itself first. Why?
I came from the land, sustained from my hand. I howl at the moon.
You gotta put like.
I stand in the sun.
I'll tell you what key it is. That's not the right key.
I know.
It's
From dusk till dawn.
yeah.
From dusk till dawn.
It's G.
This shit perfect.
Yo, there's one part I can add real quick, like a quick little ad lib real quick. I just heard it. Like go to that. Nah, go all the way past. It's like it's right there, right? From dusk till dawn. So right here. I'll show you. It's like something right there.
Yeah. Put some other shit in there.
Alright, so let me add one more line at the end and I'll be it. Cause I gotta get into the crib. Dad. Hold on, let me do it one more time over. Let me do it one more time. Alright, I got it.
I'm gonna get a little guitar.
I got it.
Hell yeah, bro. War time.
That way. We need to get him on some cover.
Alright, that's it. You got ad-libs.
Alice, Dave.
Yeah.
Chop that up for the other book.
Yeah.
Sustained from my hand. I howl at the moon.
Like a wolf. At
I
night.
stand in the sun.
Sunrises.
From dusk till dawn.
Oh, I got something, bro. Like 3,000, but bad.
I got something, bro. Delete that shit.
Nah, hell no.
Delete that, bro.
Oh, yo, this your part?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
listen.
I like the other part. I'm like,
I get gas right here. I'm gonna fuck up.
yeah, alright, nigga, I'll beg with you.
None of that. I got something to show you though. I just thought about something. Play this part real quick. You ain't gotta add this, but I'm just.
I'll delete your part. I'll mute your part.
Yeah, just mute it.
You gotta know what you're talking. You gotta be clear.
From dusk till dawn.
Right here. That's when you come in. Spit it like it's God-given, like God, listen, this is my mission. Spit it like it's God-given, like God, listen, this is my mission. Spit it like it's God-given, like God, listen, this is my mission. Spit it like it's God-given, like God, listen, this is my mission. I spit it like it's God-given, like God, listen, this is my mission. You know what I'm saying?
Throw one more part to that. Second part to that.
I'm trying to get money in the position. So shit like God.
Getting like that,
Spit it like it's God-given, like God, listen, this is my mission.
Send it, like it's just this track I made right here. I felt like I wanted to fly. This shit, I felt like I'm so happy. So I feel what you're saying. You want to keep the lying part in there. You happy. You feel positive about it. Your energy is positive, so I keep it. This beat flies, whatever. Either way, there could be a remix on it. You know what I'm saying? If somebody feels like they jump on it like that.
I feel like
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like when they look at somebody rap, they want to hear something. They don't want to just move. They want to move and hear something. So they wind it back and say, damn, this shit was fire. Because when I listen to music nowadays, I'll be like, damn, these niggas' hooks be sounding like mine. But the only thing is, I'm not going with my gut. Huh?
Yours be sounding like theirs.
No, it's not even that, because I come from New York. When you come from New York, ain't nobody gonna sound like you but you. But when you got a generation of people who want to be alike, they tend to listen and hear the next person. I've been rapping for years. So my flow could have been taken from the next person without me knowing. In the city, when I was in high school battle rapping, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I've been rapping since I was a little kid, 13, 12. Me and my little cousin in the room, battling my aunt, my uncle, they judging us. So I know how to do this, but I'm trying to get it to where the music is radio ready, club ready, album ready, millionaire hits. Like, not know, okay, we just gonna send this to the hood and they gonna be like, that shit sound hard. No,
Listen,
bro.
man, listen.
That's where the
listen,
money at.
listen.
I'm not.
Listen, hold on. Let me say something, man. I heard you. Everything you saying is right. You know, real right. I understand.
I mean the white man in a literal sense. I don't mean in a.
I just want to make sure the sound is original. You know what I'm saying? And like make sure that we also pushing the image and perception of positive in our community, in our hood. At the end of the day, you know, and you know we could always capitalize on talking about always the bad things, but at some point we gotta start capitalizing on talking about the good things and the beautiful things. So at some point we gotta rise above that shit. You feel me?
But you gotta also be real and be honest.
Yeah, that's what we been doing. We got like what? Hold on. We got like 20 something years of that, bitch.
Listen, no, I
20
can't
something years
speak.
of that.
I can't speak what I'm not living. I can't speak. I can't be on stage talking. I can't. I gotta show them the struggle that I'm in right now.
Right.
I can't bullshit and act like I'm happy that I'm not. So my music gonna reflect that, basically. When I get money, when I get rich, my family good, it's gonna reflect that. When everybody came up in the game, their music reflected. From Biggie to Tupac to whoever. When Puff said, hey, go this track to Biggie in that movie, what kind of track was that? Some shit he never ever would think about doing. But he did it because he was up there. His money up there, now he gotta change his music. They heard his struggle and they loved that. Now he got his money up. You can't do that shit without your money. You can't have a good time and you broke still. I'm not having a good time. I'm on the block still. You feel what I'm saying? I got females who fucking with niggas who with money. I might have money, but not they kind of money. So they ain't lying. So I'm speaking everything's put on that song. You feel me? Like, let's go to Hove. Yeah. Girls, 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 I do adore. Like, he talking about a bunch of girls, not just one. So he telling every nigga, let's call 5, 10 chicks and you young, live your life. Now he got Beyonce, now is, I got the chick in my game wearing my chain, they like Hove. You see the difference? And who he was back then to who he is now? He was realistic about it. He wasn't no fake person. I can't talk what I'm not doing. I don't even feel right doing it. Like, I gotta make it out some way. That's the most positive thing you probably get out of me. Because I'm trying to get out of the hood. I'm not trying to stay here. Some niggas wanna stay here in this hood. I don't, bro. Like, I mean, I could change the whole hood for you. I was just actually thinking about something else.
The whole hood. I want to buy up the whole hood, man. Why don't we buy it up instead of like just leaving? Why don't we invest some money back to the hood and buy it up? We gonna change it.
Change it up. Play it back real quick. I hear you though. Play it back real quick. Cause I was when you was telling me that about that the positivity. When you put that Snoop song on.
See when you live.
I caught it right there. Why? I used to get my cake up and couldn't save up, cause every day was a pay cut. She was like, pay up. I used to play dumb like I ain't make much so I could save up. And when we break up, I had to pay just to make up. So now you cheating, so I'm creeping with this beaming. If I see him, I gotta leave him. She could keep him, she ain't a keeper, and he could keep her. It's fresh.
She can move me out of my sleeping. Henny on my side, so I start drinking. Now I'm thinking, now I'm thinking. Ain't no reason for me to call her. The phone keep ringing, pull up in the Lincoln, tell her to blinking. That's when I see her. Now I see her. Now I'm squeezing. Now he's bleeding. Now she's screaming, cause she ain't breathing. Why you lie for? You gotta die for, and you gotta get your clothes off my sidewalk.
It was Saturday on the weekend. I called your phone, tell me why it kept ringing. When I ain't get a call back, I thought you was sleeping. Till I pulled up and I called her creeping. She a liar, 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 she a liar. Why you lying? Why you lying? Why you lying? Why you lying? What you lying for? You lying for? You lying for? It was Saturday.
I used to get my cake up and cut it safe up, cause every day was a pay cut. She was like, pay up. I used to play dumb like I ain't make much so I could save up. And when we break up, I had to pay just to make up. So now you cheating, so I'm creeping with this beaming. If I see him, I gotta leave him. She can keep him, she ain't a keeper, and he can keep her. Fresh.
It was Saturday on the weekend. I called your phone, tell me why it kept ringing. When I ain't get a call back, I thought you was sleeping. Till I pulled up and I called her creeping. She a liar, 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 she a liar. Why you lying? Why you lying? Why you lying? Why you lying? What you lying for? You lying for? You lying for? It was Saturday. It was Saturday. It was Saturday. It was Saturday. Saturday. Know that. It was Saturday. Saturday.
It's too loud. That is way too heavy.
My tool on, guess I gotta get my food on. Cheese wraps, these straps, can't sneak me while you strap. Beans, rocks, these cops, badges, faggots, chocolates, not fresh, on top of my game. Try to shoot me, better work on your aim. Give respect, you gotta give it. Talk to a boss, so play your position. Money, bitches, guns on the belt. The ice inside of my watch, it won't melt. Job for pressure, now what was next? Let that creep, I'm looking for sex. Money, launder, chocolate, laundry, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, I'm trying to find it. I rack dollars, dreams in the Honda, leave strips, hotel, Rwanda, honor, family and friends. Real niggas do real things to the end. Boys to men, the age don't bother him. Man, we don't really got no time for it. Who ready? Let's go. Okay, I'm from Memphis trying to beat their ass and we ain't listen. Now we getting killed like every day, so what's the mission? Boy, I'm trying to kill them in the bushes. I be waiting if some niggas trying to. I know George Jackson mad at us. Mad at us. We be like, damn, why they do that fucking crap at us? I be in the back with Tuck, blowing up a sack of stuff. Push the stuff, cause I don't know.
You know we're going on the beatboxing. You don't know. Mr. Banks Productions.